over here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing something different that I normally don't do, but on my channel I want to start getting more into talking about cosplay because I've been really getting into it lately, and since I've got my sewing machine at Christmas time I've been making a lot of cosplay pieces for future videos. So yeah. This video is going to be talking about 5 helpful tips for cosplaying for beginners. I'm not going to say I'm a professional cosplayer, and I'm not going to really say I'm the best cosplayer, but I do know a couple tips and tricks that I've learned over the past couple years of cosplaying. So let's get started on the video. My first tip that I really recommend to anyone who's starting out cosplaying, or no matter if you're a pro or a beginner, you have to love the character that you're cosplaying. Because me, I had a problem when I first started cosplaying. What ended up happening is I would always go towards characters that resembled me. So I always tried to find characters with black or at the time blonde hair when I had blonde hair. Just so I wouldn't have to buy a wig, and I would try and find characters with glasses and all that. And I learned you can't cosplay that way, because if you truly love the character you're cosplaying and you really want to cosplay that character, you're willing to put in those hours that you're going to have to work sweating over a sewing machine and burning your fingers on hot glue guns. You're not going to want to do that for a character that you don't really care about. Like me, lots of people on Twitter and Instagram have been wondering what the mystery cosplay I've been making lately, because I've been trying to keep it on the down low so I can explain it on YouTube and everything. As all of you should know by now, after being on my channel for as long as you have been, no matter how long you've been on the channel or even on my social media, you know I love Nagisa. But the twist I'm doing is because I'm one of those people who I don't really want to cosplay a man. Like, it's just a personal thing, not really a thing in general for me, but, so I'm being the gender bend version of Nagisa. I'm going to be doing a video soon, actually, showing off the pieces I have for it, because I'm going to be doing a couple different styles for, 2 days of Anime North. I'm going to be doing that, and then the third day I'm going to be doing Rin, from Vocaloid, because I can easily make that cosplay, and I really love Vocaloid music, so I'm willing to put in those hours to make that cosplay for the convention. But before I get off topic, the reason why you really need to love that character is because you have to think too, when you're at a convention, people are going to be walking up to you, taking pictures of you and such. And so you really want to know your character, so if people start talking to you about the anime. So me, my first year, I think it was, I went to Anime North. My mom found this very cheap costume Sailor Jupiter outfit. You've probably seen it on past videos on the channel and everything. But I got this really cheap looking Sailor Jupiter costume, and me, I've only watched about 30 episodes of Sailor Moon, so Sailor Jupiter hasn't been in it that long. Like, I don't even know her real name, like, I just know it's Sailor Jupiter. And me, I like Sailor Moon, but I'm not the biggest fan of Sailor Moon, so when it came time for me going to the convention, there was probably 4 people, like, not a lot of people asked to take my picture, but about 4 people came up and asked to take my picture. And whenever they would go to, before they would take the picture, be like, so, what's your favorite part of the series? Or how do you feel about this arc? Or they would just ask me questions, and I just would not know what to say. So I'd always just answer the small stuff I know, or just talk about, like, the first 5 episodes. But just by the way I was talking, I could tell that a lot of them noticed I wasn't the hugest fan of Sailor Moon, so they would just stop the conversation there, take the picture, and then leave. Number 2. So when you're picking your cosplay, so now you've picked a character, wrote down a list of characters that you love and you would love to cosplay. So let's say you love Alphonse from Fullmetal Alchemist, you like Nagisa from Free, and you like Honoka from Love Live. I'm just putting off random things there. So if you want to cosplay and you love those 3 characters, you have to pick pieces that are easy, cosplay that is easy. So there's a rule called the 5-piece rule. So that's basically what I did when making my Monokuma cosplays. So this is only the dress part, but it's it was a quite simple outfit. That's the back. But with the 5-piece rule, you have to take into play, so how many pieces do you need? The limit is 5. So for my Monokuma cosplay, I did not need a wig, so I didn't have to worry about that, but I needed my headband with the ears, so that's 1 piece. I needed to make my dress, so that's another piece. There was my knee-high stockings that I needed, so that's 3. My dress, or I already said my dress, my shoes, and that's 4. So I didn't go over the limit for 5. And let's say you want to do elephants, you need to make the suit of armor, so I'm going to separate this in between boots or shoes, a helmet, your chest plate armor, your arm armor. You're going to have to figure out something for your hands, so some type of gloves. You have to figure out your legs, and your legs would probably have to be done in 2 pieces if you're making armor. And then you can't just wear the armor on your skin, so you're going to have to wear shirts, pants, or extra socks, stuff like that underneath. So that was 9 things I thought of just for that one cosplay. So that is way over the 5-piece rule, and then you also have to take into play how easy is it going to be to make. So making armor, cosplay armor, is not easy. So the materials that people normally use is craft foam and cardboard, and you really have to know how to put those pieces together. You need to know human anatomy and how your body's structured, so you can't just make a shoulder piece that can't move. So you have to take into play all the separate pieces. So that will definitely be over 5 steps. But as I said, also as another example, Nagisa. So my Nagisa cosplay is under the 5-step rule. So there's the wig, the shirt and coat. I'm going to put those together because it's 1 piece, but if I wanted to separate them, I could. So shirt, coat, my shorts, my shoes. 5 pieces. So it's really easy to find characters with these 5-piece rules. You can even go a bit above. So with Nagisa, I'm going to need extra pieces. So I'm going to have a penguin plush and probably some extra sandals or the pleated skirt I made, which there's a video on that. But I actually remade that pleated skirt. That's a whole other story. That's probably on some of my social media. But you can add those extra pieces afterwards, but you want to focus on the 5 main pieces first. Number 4 on my list is make a budget. That is very important when it comes to cosplaying. Seeing how it's such an expensive hobby. I know people who can put their cosplay budget up to $500, and I know people who can only put it to $25. It just all depends on your income, or if you have a job and all that sort of stuff. Me, I babysit and I do extra jobs around the home and outside of school and all that. So I have a pretty decent amount of money coming in. But because I am planning an exchange trip to Japan, I have to put my budget to around $50 for my cosplay, which I already had the majority of the items that I needed, so it kind of worked out fine. But when making your budget, you want to make it something reasonable. So if you're cosplaying Alphonse Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, and you know you need to make the armor and all that, then obviously you're not going to put your budget at $25. If I would recommend $80 as a minimum, I can't say that, just for the fact of craft foam is just, like, that much craft foam and cardboard is like $80, and then you have to consider paint and all that extra stuff. So be reasonable with your budget, and when you make your budget, stay with it. Sometimes with the budget you have, you won't be able to have the perfect cosplay, but you just have to go with it. So if you're missing a few tiny pieces that you don't feel you would need in the cosplay, don't put it in, because as long as people are able to tell who you are, or as long as you're able to tell who you are, then it's perfectly fine. And number 5, my last tip, and this is going to sound very cheesy, but what I'm saying is completely honest, and cosplay is about having fun. So my 5th tip is to have fun with what you're doing. You don't want to be sewing and being like, oh, I don't want to do this, or you don't want to be messing around with a hot glue gun and being like, why am I doing this, or whatever. You want to have fun with what you're doing, because then when you finally finish your cosplay, or you buy and have your cosplay with you, then you're happy with what you have. and you'll be more passionate when it comes to going to the con in your convention or doing your photo shoots in your outfit. You'll be a lot more proud with yourself, especially if you're cosplaying somebody who you especially love. You worked really hard on the outfit and now you're having fun with it. That's the best thing that you can ask for when it comes to cosplaying, because that's basically, cosplay is not really a show-off thing. It's not to show people what you can do. Like, that's one of the things, but cosplaying is a personal thing. It's something for people to dress up as their favorite characters and just have a good time in the wonderful community that us anime cosplayers and manga collectors have. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links down below for all my social media sites. I update those quite a bit, especially my Instagram and my Twitter. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you in the next video. Alright, bye guys!